Chris got a little giddy up in his step. Roadmap being released for Squadron 42. What is going on here? More after these messages. Today's video has been brought to you by the generous patrons of the games who make continued content on The Games Possible. The Games patrons enjoy monthly giveaways like Steam gift cards, Star Citizen packages, and any game that you want giveaways. Please consider donating just $1 if in any way you enjoyed the game's content. Thank you. That's right, gamers. Welcome back to the games. Really interesting stuff here. Link down below. Squadron 42 map has finally arrived. The roadmap to where they're expecting the end date to be at 2020. The reason why they're really pushing for this is because they just got a new investors, $46 million from private investors. Go check out that video if you're wondering what in the hell I'm talking about. But yes, $46 million. They sold off 10% of SIG. They need that money. They need the money to finish Squadron 42 so they can release it. And looking at the roadmap, it's just a bit concerning to me, but I, take it with a grain of salt here, that most of the chapters that we see here are only 1 out of 5 steps complete. There's a couple that are 2 and 3, which feels good, but I would like it if it was kind of, a little bit further than what I'm seeing it. Although being that the release date of the alpha beta is in 2020 and they've got about a year to do this, I don't know what you guys think. Put in the comments below. They have had these schedules pushed back, but now with these new investors, I'm wondering, if this is going to increase the amount of giddy up and that they need to get this out because they desperately needed that $46 million. Supposedly desperately needed that $46 million. We're not quite sure exactly what the $46 million was about. Chris had a letter from the chairman from Chris stating, that, it wasn't urgent, that, calming fears. And but like, I'm happy to see this. I'm really happy to see this because I think Squadron 42 will bring in a lot of revenue for SIG, and I think it's important because we've all been waiting for this roadmap to come out. We've been just screaming it at every Citizen Con. When is the Squadron 42 roadmap coming out? And we can see that there's actually 28 chapters within this first episode. There's going to be 3 total, at least that's what we have been told in prior 10 for the chairmans, that there was going to be 3 Squadron 42 episodes, this being the first of the 3. And within the first episode there are 28 beautiful chapters. Wow, man. And to think that the way that the storyline is interwoven together, that decision making will branch off into new storylines just like Wing Commander did. So looking very, very much forward to Squadron 42 single player style play, which I think might be coming back a little bit, thanks to SIG and a few other games like Anthem, which I'm going to be covering on the channel, which I have been covering on the channel. So this kind of like decision making process that started with Wing Commander, went to Mass Effect, and now is in Anthem, and coming into Squadron 42, this whole decision making process, actually very kind of a unique experience for the gamer, giving them kind of like a really nice immersive quality in the gameplay and keeping them there, and keep the replayability factor with those types of decisions, bringing you back to play it again to see what happens when you do something different. So what Squadron 42 is going to do 2020, does the $46 million investment give them the money that they need to get to that goal line so that we can get this game out by 2020? Up to you guys. Up to SIG really, but also up to us, the funding, how that's going to go as we continue forward, especially now that some of us can look at the financials being posted. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to that card, check out that video. I'll put it at the end of the video as well. But I'd really like to hear your comments and see going forward how you feel about the roadmap, but also how you feel about the 46 million, the investors stepping in, and essentially 10% of the company sold. I don't think that's a huge, factor. 10% is not a big amount of SIG sold, but I think that money will help drive forward the process and maybe speed things up, and then maybe we can actually see Squadron 42 be released in 2020 like I want to see, like most of us want to see. we need to see this get released. This is an important piece in giving them the revenue, that backing that they need to continue forward. They need to sell a lot of copies. They need to have Squadron 42 be a bestseller. They really need it. So this is very important for everybody here that's following Star Citizen. Very important for those that are the games fans that are watching the coverage here of Star Citizen. Really curious to see what's happening. It's a journey, guys. It's just a journey. And what an experience to see a game being funded this way and to be part of it. And it's got its ups, it's got its downs, but I'm here with you all the way, guys, doing this with you. Thanks for joining me on this I was gonna say episode, or should I say chapter? Thanks for joining me on this vid. I will see you on the next vid. See y'all.